piping.
And you're only as good as your equipment, okay? This came out of my sewing room. You see how many feet I have? This is an automatic buttonholer. This exactly measures one buttonhole and makes all the rest after that the exact same size without the button. So you know how our automatic buttonholer goes only to 1 inch? This could go to 3 inches, 4 inches if I wanted it to. This is a binding foot. This makes binding. This came from the Kothi Dance Company. This is them just sitting and cutting bias strip for their costumes. Whenever they get fabric, they cut a bunch of bias strip because most of their stuff is bound. So I don't know why I have that. This is a buttonhole foot that you can measure the buttonhole as you make it. Okay, so it allows, it's like a little ruler on the side. This one is, I can't remember what this is. I need to find out.
Is that with a little roller under it?
Nope. It doesn't have a roller.
Is it just a regular zigzag?
This isn't a gathering stitch. It looks like one though. This one is an invisible zipper foot for a Viking. This is a zipper foot slash piping foot. This is one from an older Viking that I like better because it gets closer. Okay, and then this is one from older Vikings. So they're all zipper feet, also piping feet. This is an overlock foot. What this does is when you're sewing with the sewing machine, you can make stitches that go here and then jump over here. And if you don't have a serger, you can use this to bind seams because it always jumps past that needle, which means it goes past the fabric, which binds the fabric. Okay, so that's what this one's for. D, this is oh God, I think it's a piping foot. I think you use small piping on this. And it has a hole, a tray in it. If you look at it straight on like this, you can see it's higher on one side. And so the piping can never be, I like too much control on piping. Another old zipper foot. This is from a 1940s Viking. This is just a foot. This is a roller foot. It has wheels on it. So you use this to sew anything that's sticky. So leather feeds through the machine better. What you do is you put tissue paper on the bottom of the leather. You use this foot on the top, and it just rolls right through. This is another overlocking foot. That's a B foot. Here's another D foot, which has the groove on it. This is Teflon. You can put it under an A foot when you're sewing something that's sticky and it's a little more slippery. If it's not such that you need the roller foot. This is like a $50 foot. That's a regular A foot. Another A. This is a rolled hem foot. So if you could see, you wrap the fabric in it, and I'll show you. You get the fabric in it like this. You feed it in, and you see how it rolls it? And makes your rolled hem. See how it travels along and rolls it? Yep. So I have that in 2 different sizes. That's a 1/8. This one might be a little bit smaller. So the problem with these, they only work when what you're sewing is straight. This is a midi braid foot. So if you've ever seen midi braid, it's only like 1/8 of an inch wide. You feed it into the foot and the needle is always going to hit down the middle of it. So you've seen people use soutache and midi braid to make for instance, military scrolls on stuff. That's how you do it. That's how you get to sew right in the middle. This is another buttonhole foot that again measures a different way how long the buttonhole is. This is a flat felled seam foot. I've never used it, but I bought it because I had a coupon. And you can see on the back how you make your seam and then it rolls the top side. So it's how they do jeans is with a machine that has a foot like this on it. But you can see it rolls it perfectly. So it stays the same size the whole time. Yeah. Another rolled foot. Another buttonhole foot. This one, you can take embroidery thread and you thread embroidery thread through each of these holes, and then you do a 3-step zigzag across, and it'll make like multicolored. It could be black, white. It could be all black. So it's a way of putting a stripe onto something, and you sew a triple step zigzag over it to hold all, because if you do just a zigzag, the ones in the middle can just slide right out, okay? Again, this is a piping foot. This is the gathering foot. And how did it work, B? It was okay.
You put the fabric that you want to put together on under it, and then you put
Okay, the gathered fabric goes on the bottom,
yeah,
and then the straight
and then
fabric goes on the
straight fabric
top
goes in the
in this groove, like that. So you'd be sewing like this, and the one on the bottom will gather.
yeah.
This is just a flat-out Teflon foot. And again, I got more sticky Teflon. I've just never used the sticky Teflon 'cause I'm afraid I'm gonna stick it to the wrong foot. So, but that's all the feet. And again, and there's still some, I gotta find out what the hell this is. I don't know. Oh, do you know? And you've got to get a machine, and when you buy a machine, you commit to it. I committed to Viking. And the reason I committed to Viking here at AI was because I had all these feet at home. And I knew if someone needed something really specialty, I could bring a foot, it would fit the machine, and I'd take it back home. And that way we don't have